So about a month ago, I did a video where I went and I gathered my moderators' top 5 designer fragrances and for the fall. And we went through, I did a video about it, I rated them, kind of roasted them, maybe a little bit. And in the comments section, you guys asked if that they would do the niche top 5 niche fragrances for the fall as well. And so I did forget in the last one that Jeff from SoCal Scents is also a moderator, which I just put him as a reviewer and a friend and not a moderator. I don't know why, but he also joined in on this one. So we're going to be going through, talking about rating, roasting, whatever we might do of my moderator's top 5 fall niche fragrances. So without further ado, let's get it. What's good, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Make sure that if you haven't already, subscribe. Everybody else, like, hit the bell if you want my videos sooner, and then also comment below and let me know what your top 5 fall niche fragrances are. If you have some, sometimes they switch. Like for me, I know my top 5 would probably be different next year as it was this year, probably different in the spring. But we decided, since we did that designer moderator video for the fall, we're going to do a designer and niche top 5 for every season. So you guys will be back. Again, my moderators are Mo, Khamzat, Newt, and Jeff from SoCal Scents. And so if Jeff decides that he wants to join in on any of these, he's more than welcome to. He did this time. And I honestly forgot last time, so you probably would have then. But with that said, I have a lot to get through here. I got out like 4 of the fragrances. I didn't feel like going through my collection and getting out like 30 fragrances. So a lot of them are the same. So I got out 4 here to just kind of use as props. With that said, we're going to start out with Mo. So Mo, well, we'll start out with Khamzat. Khamzat was my first moderator, so might as well start out with him again. So Khamzat, his number 1 choice was Parfums de Marly Carlisle. It wasn't that we're not doing these in any order, so I'm not saying that was his first choice. So number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're just gonna tell you this is their 5. So we're not gonna put them in any order, just because I don't think they did. And some of them did, some of them didn't. I don't really know. With that said, number 1 for him was Carlisle. Parfums de Marly Carlisle, I know that he really enjoys that fragrance. I like the fragrance. I know that a few of the other moderators do not like it, or they're just like okay with it. I don't personally own a bottle because I found it situational. It is a very unique spicy fragrance that has this nutmeg. It has some oud. It is a dense woody fragrance. It's kind of on the same par as something like red tobacco, but Parfums de Marly style, not as heavy on the tobacco or saffron. But yeah, very good fragrance. It's woody, it's warm, it's spicy. I agree that that could be on a lot of people's top 5 fragrance. There is a rumor it's being discontinued. I don't know if that's true. Somebody told me that, and I kind of ran with it, but he was wrong about something else, so I doubt that's the case. But we'll figure that out at some point in time if they say that it is. With that said, this is one fragrance that is almost unanimous across the board that it's either in their top 5 or it's in their runners-up, because some of them did give me runners-up, but this is also in my top 5. I will do a top 5 of mine sometime next week. This is Kilian's Angel Share. Without spending too long on it, it is a warm, boozy cinnamon bun drink. Even though they've cloned this 1,000 times, none of them smell as good as the original. Wait till Joma Shop gets it for $160, or if you have a Costco membership every few months, this comes on there for $130. They just came out with the 3.4 ounce, but it's a warm, boozy cinnamon bun drink that literally lasts on your clothes all day long. So yeah, fantastic. That is a perfect fall fragrance, but you can also wear it in the winter. It is deep, boozy, warm. It's like a cinnamon bun in a drink with booze. Really, really freaking good fragrance. Love it. Number 3. This one I personally haven't tried, and I don't know very much about it. It is a very expensive fragrance, and a lot of people will try to find it, but it's always sold out. It is Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Oud Satin Mood. I know there's a Oud Silk Mood. I have tried that one. Wasn't a big fan. But Oud Satin Mood I heard is completely different. Again, I don't know much about that fragrance outside of just what I've been told by other people. But yeah, I'll put the notes or whatever up here just for that one because I know nothing about it. All the rest of these I know stuff about, but Oud Satin Mood I legit know nothing. So yeah, take that and run with it. But I've heard it's fantastic, so I'm guessing if anybody's tried it, they'll probably have it in their top 5 too, because I've heard it is great. And I'll try it at some point. It's just I never really got around to it. So number 4. So number 4, Oud Satin Mood Extrait. I don't know if there is an EDP, but it's the Extrait. He said the Extrait. The next one, I do have a nice prop for it. It is Parfums de Marly Herod, or Herod, whatever you call it what you like, but it's Herod. So Parfums de Marly Herod, it is a moist tobacco leaf, cinnamon spice, a little bit creamy, almost like an ambery back touch, but it is tobacco and it's a sweetness to it. It is probably my favorite tobacco fragrance, to be honest with you. This is fantastic. I love the bottle too. Like, I know they all have the same bottle, but I've always liked the kind of brown/silver color. But Parfums de Marly Herod is basically a moist tobacco leaf with spice, ambery accords. It's warm and spicy. It's fall and winter. It is absolutely beautiful. There's not much else to say about it, but it's just kind of like my better version of tobacco vanille. It doesn't smell like tobacco vanille, but it's in that realm where it's kind of tobacco sweetness, a little bit creaminess, has some woods and spice, warm, ambery back tone. It has a little bit more going on with it, and it's a moist tobacco leaf. So yeah. Very natural. I love the smell of that stuff. But his last one. So I'll first give you guys his runners up. He had a few because he sent me 2 lists, but then his list changed. But the other 2 that he had were Mancera's Sicily, which I know he's always liked. He sent me a decant. I really like that. A really nice spring and summer fragrance. Then he had Roja Parfums Elysium Parfum Cologne. Which is just a much better, smoother, more refined version of the citrus salad that is Elysium. So I could see why he has them as his runners-up, and I guarantee you, I think the reason he took those out is because he didn't realize we were doing fall. That's what it was. So yeah, scratch that, reverse it. He said they were like all year scents for him. But yeah, Elysium Parfum Cologne and Sicily will probably be, you can already see forward probably on his spring or summer list. And then his last one, Initio Side Effect. I do have a decant of that. I didn't bring it out. Again, I didn't feel like bringing out a bunch of stuff, but Initio Side Effect, it is warm, it is boozy, it is spicy, it is really nice. It's one of my favorite, if not my favorite Initio. I've tried Paragon, I've tried the Oud for greatness, but this one for Side Effect for fall and winter, it is definitely the most wearable of the 2, of the ones I just mentioned. It's the most mass appealing among the masses, not people in Fragcom, most mass appealing among the masses as far as Initios go. So I definitely agree. It has that rum in there, that boozy tone, mixed together with that warmth and that spices, that ambery back tone. A lot of these are going to have that ambery undertone. That's just what fall fragrances will do, either with some kind of like warm fruits or tobacco or something like that. But yeah, really good Initio Side Effect. Khamzat has a really nice list. So at the end, I'm going to rank them, let you guys know who came in first. I think last time Mo won. It was very close though. So the second one we're going to do, we'll switch to Jeff. So this is Jeff from SoCal Scents. If you haven't checked out his channel, go check it out. So it's funny because Mo, Khamzat, and Newt immediately said, I guarantee you Apex is on his list, and I thought the same thing. And the first thing Jeff said to me was, Roja Apex. Roja Apex is kind of just like Roja's high-end version that isn't as dense as Sauvage Elixir. It's kind of like their take on Sauvage Elixir. It has almost a little bit more of a freshness that you can wear it all year round, but I actually like it more than Sauvage Elixir, in my opinion. It's actually closer to something like Jasada Ambassador Intense, where it doesn't have that unique like licorice and stuff that you get from Sauvage Elixir, but it does do its own thing. But Roja Apex, really nice. If you like Sauvage Elixir, you might want to give that one a try. And then they also have Apex Parfum, so I can see why he put that on his list. This one I've never heard of. I think somebody told me about it, but it's Byredo, Eyes Closed. I just looked up a little bit about it. The accords for it are that it's warm, spicy, cinnamon, powdery iris. But who knows? I mean, sometimes Fragranica's wrong, like a lot of times. So, Byredo Eyes Closed, that is also on Jeff's list, as well as Angel Share. I'm not going to have to go through that again, but Angel Share, fantastic. He lives in LA, so this one was a bit harder for him. Whenever we get to the spring and summer, I guarantee you he's going to have the killer list because he got those Bond number 9s and stuff like that. Then his fourth one, which I have another prop for, is Goldfield and Banks Ingenious Ginger. Came out this year. He really enjoys this one for the fall kind of transitional season. This is going to be like if you pour ginger ale on top of a lemon cake. It has this nice juicy lemon in the opening, almost like a creamy vibe to it, mixed together with a whole wallop of ginger. And it's effervescent, so it smells like almost like a ginger ale over a lemon cake. I agree. I don't know if that would be in my top 5, but it's in my top 10 for sure. And then his last one, this is one of the most comforting nighttime scents. It is Whispers in the Library. If you haven't tried it, Whispers in the Library, it is very unique. It's almost like the pages of an old book mixed together with vanilla. It's a very heavy vanilla scent. I really enjoy the fragrance. If you haven't tried it, you should at least go try it. I don't think they have them in Sephora anymore. It's one of those harder to get ones, but Whispers in the Library, it's online a lot. I don't know why I just showed you the paper with all their fragrances, but I had to write them all down. But Whispers in the Library, it's really nice. Again, Whispers in the Library, they were trying to make it feel like the pages of an old book. And I know that I hate saying that because a lot of people won't understand it, but just take it as it's like a vanilla. It's a very calming vanilla woody scent. Very, very nice. And then he had a few runners up. Xerjoff Naxos, really nice. It's that honey based scent that is very similar to Pure Havana and whatnot. We have Creed Royal Oud, which you'll see later here. And then we have Fragrance One, which is by Jeremy Fragrance. Unisex, which is kind of like Ultramall to me, but so is Date for Men. They both have that Ultramall vibe. And then Bond number 9, Lafayette Street, which I have tried. I don't remember. All right, so good one, Jeff. I really enjoyed that list. And then we're going into Mo. So Mo, again, Angel Share. Again, this is around everybody. Newt, I will already say, has this in his runners-up. So Angel Share, that'll tell you. That's on everybody's list in their top 10. Top 5 for everybody except for him, which is just, yeah, it's in his, like, number 6, number 7. Anyway, so Mo's first one was Angel Share, Warm Boozy Cinnamon Bun Drink. Number 2, Parfums de Marly Layton. Parfums de Marly Layton is, I mean, one of the most mass appealing niche fragrances out there. Very nice apple. It has that mint. It is a warm, ambery apple scent that is, some people, very small amount of people, but they say that it smells like Vicks Vapor Rub because of this kind of like mintiness that it has in it, like an aromatic mintiness almost. But I don't really get that. It's a very beautiful, rich, appley tone mixed together with those ambers. You get some woods and spice and then aromatic tones, a little bit of lavender in there as well, but it's a very beautiful scent. I get this kind of like warm, fruity apple. That's what I get mixed throughout the whole fragrance with some creamy like sandalwood in the dry down. But with that said, very good scent. I've always loved Layton. Obviously, I have it. I mean, everybody should have a bottle of Layton, to be honest with you. I know a lot of clones are out there, but still, I think Layton's the best. Going into his third one, it is one that I just tried out this year. It is Van Cleef and Arpels Orchid Leather. Orchid Leather, even though it's called Orchid Leather, it's more of a soft leather that isn't even the primary tone in the fragrance. The primary note in the fragrance is this very beautiful, warm plum. And I love plum. Plum's one of my favorite fragrance notes. Used to be my favorite until ginger and leather and all that started to pop up this year for me. But anyway, Orchid Leather, if you like plum, if you like leather, if you like a spice, this is a very beautiful fragrance that's actually under $100. And it's by a house called Van Cleef and Arpels, which is straddling the line of niche and indie. But we confirmed that it's more of like a niche fragrance. But Orchid Leather, very beautiful fragrance. It has this warm, fruity tone. It has a little bit of woods and spice. And then you have this nice, soft black leather underneath the whole fragrance. It's a very beautiful fragrance. Number 4 is the best amber fragrance in existence. It is MFK Grand Soir. Basically, it is the most beautiful ambery vanilla lavender fragrance that doesn't really need. It has musk and stuff, but amber, lavender, and vanilla. That is just beautiful, high quality, and they mix so well that it's just the best fall and winter fragrance as far as amber scents go. Everybody's trying to clone or ride off that DNA, and they're just not doing it as well. Grand Soir you can find on a lot of sites like Venba for like 160, so definitely check that out. But Grand Soir, amber scents, super good. And his last one, we were making fun of him for this just because of the name of the fragrance. I've never tried it, so I can't really say. But it's a warm, spicy amber rose fragrance called Portrait of a Lady by Frederic Malle, or Frederic Malle. I don't know how you say that name. I don't own any of his fragrances. But it's called Portrait of a Lady. And again, it's warm, spicy, amber rose is what the accords say. Never tried it. But because all of us kind of made fun of him because of the fact that he had Portrait of a Lady in his top 5, and just because of the name. Never tried the fragrance, but yeah, great list, Mo. He didn't do any runners-up, but yeah, I never heard of that one. But Frederic Malle or Frederic Malle seems to do something good with it. Now we're going to move on to Newt. So this is the last person. The first one on his list is by Xerjoff. This one I've never tried. He said it's kind of like what Spice Bomb Extreme would be if it just grew up a bit. Word for word. It's called Xerjoff Ivory Route. Again, I don't know anything about it. It sounds like it's like an aromatic, spicy fragrance. But Xerjoff Ivory Route, yeah, that's his number one. Well, that's one of his top 5. Number 2, he said, was a very hard choice between this and Creed Royal Oud. So both him and Jeff like that, but both of them had Royal Oud in their runners-up. This is Creed Spice and Woods. Again, never tried it. They don't have it in my Creed section at Nordstrom, and so I've never tried it. I actually have never tried Royal Oud either. Oud. I've never tried either of them, so I have no idea what they smell like, so I'm going to have to take your word for it, Newt. Going into the third one, this one is the only one from this whole entire list that I know I don't like that much, and it's Roja Enigma. I don't know if he's talking about the Parfum Cologne or the Parfum. I'm guessing the Parfum Cologne because I don't see very many people with the Parfum. But Roja Enigma, a lot of people say it smells like a Coke mixed together with this and that. To me, I don't get that. I don't know. I get effervescence, yes, and a little bit of a fizziness. I don't get a pop vibe. On my skin, it comes off very powdery, and while I don't like powders very much, that's why I don't like this fragrance. I mean, I don't hate it. I just don't love it. I heard that the Enigma Parfum takes that out. But again, Enigma's not for me. I know he likes it. It's not that I don't like the fragrance. It's just, it's not a love for me. It's something that I would put like an average fragrance, but it's very situational. So I can't personally wear it. I could wear it to a wedding or something like that, but yeah. But that's his number 3. Number 4, I do love this fragrance very, very much. It is Bond number 9 New Haarlem. They just re-released it this year, or end of last year. It's basically like an aromatic pancakes and syrup. It smells like that. It smells like pancakes and syrup if you added some aromatics and spiciness to it. That is what the fragrance is in a nutshell. It doesn't change very much in the dry down. It's the same thing. I love it. Bond number 9 New Haarlem. If you haven't tried it, try it. People say it's comparable to Michael Jordan Legend or something like that. I don't know. This is so super high quality, so I don't. Maybe it has that same realm. But New Haarlem is a fantastic fragrance, and they do really good deals on it. I saw it for like $130 at one point, but it was $160 last week. Going into the last one. So the last one I just tried right before this video. He sent me a decan of it. It is by Penhaligons. It is Halfeti Cedar. It smells like Boss bottled elixir if you added in like a fruity tone and the woods were a little bit higher quality and it wasn't as incensey. So it's like a lot of woods with this smoky nuance and then a fruity, sweeter tone than you get in the Boss bottled. It doesn't dry down like Boss bottled. It's more like the opening. Again, more fruity, higher quality, and less smoky. But I do like Halfeti Cedar more than Boss Bottled Elixir, so that's saying something. But Boss Bottled Elixir is situational. This is a bit situational. It's over $200. I don't know if I would pay that for it, so I'm glad that he enjoys it. But for me, I don't. I think it's a really good woody fragrance for sure. It's just because of the situational value. I just tried it, so I mean, yeah, it's good. It's just I don't know if I would pay that much money for it. With that said, he also has some runners up. The first one is Guerlain Tobacco Honey. That just came out too. Apparently, it's supposed to smell like tobacco vanille. I think that's what he said. I'm not 100% sure. Then he had Angel Share, Parfums Marley Habdan, which starts out a bit vintagey and then it turns into almost like a caramel apple. Creed's Royal Oud and Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille, which was my first niche fragrance. It's a really nice, beautiful tobacco vanilla fragrance with spices and an ambery touch. So which one do I think would win? So I can already tell you, because I haven't tried Newt's Ivy Route, Spices and Woods, I don't like Enigma, and Halfeti Cedar I just sprayed on, and I don't think I would pay the price for it. I'm going to say that he comes in fourth. I'm going to say number 3 is Jeff, because I haven't tried Byredo Eyes Closed. I wouldn't put Whispers in my top 5, and Ingenious Ginger I wouldn't put in my top 5. In Apex I wouldn't put in my top 5. So while he does have a good list, I know he's from LA, so he doesn't do as many fall fragrances, so he will be moved down to number 3. Number 2, so it's between Angel Share, Layton versus Carlisle, Harrod versus Orchid Leather, Grand Soir versus... So it's really... It comes down to Orchid Leather and Side Effect and Oud Satin Mood and Portrait of a Lady. So because I saw that the Portrait of a Lady had rose in it, I'm going to go with Mo as number 2. Because it just doesn't sound like my type of fragrance, and Orchid Leather is riding on that line of niche and indie. So I'm going to put him at number 2, and I'm going to put Khamzat at number 1. Angel Share, Layton, Orchid Leather, Grand Sport. No. Yeah, I'm going to put Khamzat at number 1 because he has Harrod, Side Effect, Angel Share, Carlisle, and that Oud Satin Mood I really want to try. So because I want to try that and I don't really care to try Portrait of a Lady that much, I'm going to probably go with Khamzat. But that's really close. I mean, either of them could be number 1. What do you guys think? Who do you think won in that list? It was a long video, so let me know in the comments. Who do you think won this list? And again, I'll be back with another video. Peace out.